What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the WPF. This is our week 4 matchup versus Miles. There was no week 3 matchup because we did lose like 3-0, I think, and I knew that I was making changes to the team. I didn't really have time last week while we were doing those draft recap videos for Pokefinium. So it was a mix of that, and we have a completely brand new team now. We dropped all kinds of stuff. Let me go look at our team real quick. We dropped Mega Diancie, we picked up Mega Scissor. We dropped, I'm trying to remember what all we dropped. Because it's been like 2 weeks. What did we drop? Como-O, Landorus, Obstagoon, Mega Diancie, and Electrode. And we picked up Politoed, Kingdra, Barraskewda, Zapdos, and Mega Scissor. Hindsight, probably didn't really want Barraskewda, but too late now. I would have been fine with like Kingdra, Zapdos, and the Mega Scissor. And the team isn't great because now we have a absolute crap ton of water type Pokemon, but that's okay. It doesn't really matter at this point. If we win, we win. If not, who cares? But so going into this week, this is our first week using this team. In the mocks, Mega Houndoom did so much work versus me, and it, as you can see, it did not come. And I said, "Oh, thank God, dude," because its speed tier is so good. I have almost nothing to resist the combination of Dark Pulse plus Fire Blast or Flamethrower, either or. And it could, honestly, if it nasty plots, just sweep through my whole team. So that was extremely scary, but it did not come. It makes sense why it didn't come because I have a rain team, obviously. But if they were able to set up Sun, yeah, it'd been very easy to just 6-0 us, I believe. As the team you see here is very like interesting to me. It's very defensive. Like you got Florges, Quagsire, and Corviknight being very, very defensive. And then you got, and Tentacruel could be either offensive or defensive, but I just felt like it was going to be defensive. So let's go ahead and go into turn 1. I want to get my rain up immediately. He leads with Bolton, and I'm looking at my team. I'm like, yikes, I have 0 switches to this, but I'm like, Zapdos looking like I can probably eat decently. As I get Thunderfang crit, and I'm like, oh my god, you've got to be kidding me. That's okay, I'm just going to just fire a Roost off here real quick to get back to max HP, because as long as he doesn't crit me again, I should be okay. I'm going to eat this Moonblast real easy from this Florges. He's just going to protect, trying to stall out our rain. I do believe this turn I scalded because I didn't believe he's going to stay in. And we're doing no damage to this thing, but I don't see leftovers, so I'm just going to spam Scald on this thing. We do get a very good burn there. An absolutely amazing burn. As he roosts again, and I'm thinking, okay, this is like a kind of free Zapdos switch in. I won't have my rain anymore, but I'll probably risk it, to be honest. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go ahead and switch back into Politoed, so I don't have to risk it. And in comes the Florges again, and I do have a Damp Rock, so I am getting max turns from this. As he switches into his Tentacruel, I'm just going to U-turn out of here. I don't really care what they do. And they Reflect type, and I'm like, okay, interesting. I actually have Utility Umbrella Salazzle, so this rain does not matter to me. And they are a Bug Steel type now. And I'm like, oh, and I don't know if it's shown it yet. So they get Rain Dish to get a little bit of HP back, but then they also have Black Sludge. Black Sludge, so they lose a little bit of HP. It's like the opposite of Leftovers, basically, right now, because they aren't a Poison type, which I think is hilarious. So I am just going to Flamethrower here, because that would have KO'd the Tentacruel. And then I HP Grass here. I'm like, I'm okay if this thing is Rindo Berry. I don't really care. I'm just going to knock this thing out if it isn't. I don't want to take an Earthquake here, and I can eat a Fighting type hit pretty solidly too from this Conkeldurr. But they do fire off a knockoff, which is okay. I can eat that fairly well, and they do get their burn. I just have nothing for this, so I am just going to fire off Hurricanes. What is going on? Oh, the song just got quiet. Scald, not going to do too much to us in the rain, giving us a burn, which is actually great, so that we don't get toxic, which is perfect for us 1v1ing this floor just here. So I could just roost up in this thing's face, as they're just going to click on HP, probably fire, as they thought we would probably go into scissor there to eat like a moonblast or something. But I have no reason to swap out right now. I can just roost all this thing to death, basically. As I do fire the toxic, I don't believe they have room for aromatherapy at this point. Not with Moonblast, Protect, Hidden Power. I feel like they've got to have a wish on there. So I just don't really see them having aromatherapy at this point, as they probably would have clicked it to get rid of the burn on their Corviknight as well. So in comes this Conkeldurr. I'm at half special attack. Don't want to stay in here, and I do want to get make sure my Hurricanes do land. So the Facade comes out, does knock out our Politoed, but it gives me a free switch into our Zapdos again to just start firing off Hurricanes, as they don't really have much to deal with Hurricane and Thunders. And that is a massive ton of damage. As he clicks Crunch, maybe not having Fire Fang, so I'm just going to fire off Hurricanes again, and in comes the Confusion. So a little bit of hacks in our favor, which I like, but I don't think it would have mattered too much. What it mattered is taking down our rain turns is the only thing that really mattered. I'm going to U-turn back into our Zapdos, as I feel like they'll probably bulk up here if they have it, or substitute. And I really need to get in Zapdos so that they don't get too strong on these bulk ups, because our Scissor is really just a pivot at this point. So I'm going to fire off a Thunder here as they bulk up. I have to have a good amount of bulk ups to beat this, to be honest, or my Kingdra. As they do have the Wakan Berry, but I don't think it's going to be enough to stall me out. They'd have to just keep spamming Roost as I Thunder. As they do bulk up again here. Things aren't looking too great, but I do fire off a Thunder, do an absolute massive ton of damage, as they do substitute and kill themselves with the burn. Which I was very fortunate for us, as I'm going to fire off a Hurricane here. As we actually eat the Facade, not too bad, to be honest. As we're just going to fire off a Hurricane here and kill it, as we did miss the first one, so not too bad. But now I can pivot into my Salazzle, as I know this thing has absolutely nothing for me. And if I want, I can just Nasty Plot and kill this thing, or just fire off a couple Sludge Waves, because I didn't think they would Wish Protect stall me, so now I get a chance to Nasty Plot. But yeah, this thing is just a free Salazzle. Switch in. And then Sludge Wave knocks this thing out. So we do pick up a 5-0 win. I do like the new team a whole lot better. I think it gives us a little bit more options to run. I wasn't a big fan of Lando T or Como this season. Como would be way better if it was in a lower tier, and they got rid of the Klingriff Soul on it. Anyways, if you guys have enjoyed this, please drop a like down below and subscribe if you'd like to see more. Moving on into week 5, we are taking on someone that we played previously in the PSL a long time ago, so that should be fun. Peace out, guys.